The deadline for Kurdish forces to withdraw from the Syrian border, part of a ceasefire agreement between Russia and Turkey, expired yesterday. And Turkey says the Kurds have not fully withdrawn as fighting continues along the border. Erin McLaughlin is on the ground in Turkey, just across the border from Syria, with the latest. Erin.
Well, clashes continued Wednesday inside the so-called safe zone. This despite the Russian-brokered ceasefire arrangement with President Erdogan. Today, President Erdogan saying that he would renew his offensive if the SDF fighters did not completely withdraw, noting that the Kurdish fighters were still present in the so-called safe zone, as evidenced by really intense clashes that we've seen in recent days between Kurdish fighters who said they were trying to withdraw from that safe zone and Turkish-backed militias pushing into those areas. A new element, though, in the conflict today is Syrian soldiers also participating in those clashes, pushing into the area of Ras Al Ain, and there were casualties, according to Syrian state television. And that has a lot of people in the region wondering what exactly is at play here, especially when you consider this is a Russian-brokered ceasefire. Russia is Assad's biggest backer. It's not entirely clear. Some speculating that perhaps Assad's trying to make a last-minute land grab in all of this. Nevertheless, intense fighting in Ras Al Ain, intense fighting in Tal Tamir, as well as other areas. Both sides are saying that there are ceasefire violations. And then, of course, you have, again, Erdogan threatening to renew his offensive. All of this going on as foreign ministers from Iran, Turkey, as well as Russia were in Geneva, as well as other parties to the Syrian conflict to try and begin negotiations to carve out a constitution, to try and reach a political settlement to this 8-year war. But given this renewed front along the border that's continuing to seemingly escalate, it really seems like it might jeopardize that political process.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.